Hey guys, Coach Jess here and welcome back to Knockout TV. So today is part 3 of our anti-diet and weight loss series, and we're gonna go over why diets can't be trusted. So most of the time people think they themselves can't be trusted with food, so they go on a diet. And a diet is full of all this guidance and strict rigidity and structured rules and all of that stuff. So they start following this plan. They have this rule set and they have this diet and this structure and they go with it. And maybe it works for a little bit, but then life happens and you're in a social situation where the foods that are in your diet aren't available, or you get a craving for something and it's not allowed on your diet. So all of a sudden you have these decisions you have to make and this inner turmoil, and then sometimes you cheat on your diet and all of that. So there's this constant food fight. You are following your diet and being good, and then you're cheating your diet and doing bad things. And this becomes really problematic physically and mentally. Our bodies and minds have all of the information that we're seeking out in the diet. Diet tries to tell you what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. Your body has all that information. The problem is diets erode our self-trust. So over time, we go through that experience like I just mentioned, and we find that we believe we can't trust ourselves with food. So diets prove to us, see, we don't have enough willpower, we can't be trusted, we're cheating, we're not being good on our diet. So we continually get this message and these experiences that we're being bad and that we can't be trusted with food. So we go on another diet. And the same thing happens. Because being healthy is nothing to do with willpower, and diets will always fall apart and blame you instead of the diet itself. When really all we need to do is reconnect with our body's cues, because our body, like I said, has all that information. The other problem is diets violate our personal boundaries and our autonomy. So just like anything in life, if someone violates any of your physical or mental boundaries, you are usually offended and you feel like it's intrusive. So a lot of times what you would do is kind of fight back in some way. And this happens with diets. When diets are intruding on our personal boundaries, what we know to be true for us, what to eat, when to eat, how much we want to eat, what we like and don't, what happens is we push back by overeating or eating what we want or cheating or being bad. So that kind of explains why we have this kind of back and forth seesaw food fight. So what we need to do is get rid of this diet mentality, stop the food fight, stop this rigid rule following type of behavior that just erodes our self-trust, and start building our trust back. So I have 3 tips for you today borrowed from intuitive eating that can help you rebuild your trust with food. Tip number 1, honor your hunger. Most of the time, if you've been on a diet, you may not even feel your hunger anymore unless you are starving. So what you need to do is reconnect with those cues. Start to understand what the mild sensations of hunger are for you and how they build up and change as you get more and more hungry to the point where you're going to get that starving, famished feeling. Because during a dieting time, we are taught to ignore our hunger, and we keep it quiet because we're not supposed to eat again, or maybe we didn't eat enough to make us full, so we just ignore our hunger. And over time, our hunger cues atrophy just like a muscle that's not being used, so we have to build it back. So you just need to practice paying attention. What does your body feel like? How does your mind feel when you're hungry? Do you have that empty feeling in your stomach? Does maybe your stomach grumble and make noises? Do you feel dehydrated? Do you feel tired? Maybe you feel kind of mentally cloudy or foggy or irritable and cranky. Maybe you're the epitome of the Snickers commercial. So you have to figure out what your cues for hunger are for you. Everybody's different. So take some time to start to reconnect and experience those hunger cues again, and then honor them. Allow yourself permission to eat when you're hungry, even if it's not during a time when you should or shouldn't be hungry. Pay attention to your biological hunger and start to honor it. Tip number 2 is to feel your fullness. Now, that may mean at some point stopping eating when you feel like you think that you want more. So the first step is to feel your fullness by checking in during an eating experience. Checking in to see if you're full does not mean you have to stop eating. It just means checking in to understand that feeling. So you may be eating something, stop and say, am I full? Yes, I am. I don't care, I'm gonna eat anyway. And that's okay, because right now, all you need to do is build awareness of the full feeling. And over time, you will find that you will be less inclined to overeat. You'll want to stop when you're full. You'll feel better stopping when you're full versus stopping when you're stuffed. And you'll begin to understand the subtle feelings that happen for you individually as you get more and more full. And when is an appropriate time for you, a satisfying time to stop eating and wait and maybe eat again later. So it's an experience, it's a process, it's gonna take some time to learn. A lot of times for being on a diet, we don't even know when we're full anymore because we were probably under eating, or maybe we only know that under eating type almost fullness where there's still a little bit of hunger left, or we know the stuffed feeling because I just cheated on my diet feeling. So we need to find that middle ground and retrain ourselves to connect with those cues again. And the last tip is to introduce forbidden foods one at a time. Now, forbidden foods are anything on that list of foods you have that are bad or cheat foods you can't be trusted with. Pick one and practice with it. Maybe it's brownies for you and you feel like if I had a sheet of brownies in front of me, I would eat every single one. Well, try it. Maybe one time you do eat 6, 7, 12 of them. And then the next time you're like, oh, I don't want to do that again. Or, oh, this, I eat less. Or I don't have to feel out of control with brownies. Or I can be in control of this food. And food will start to lose its power and you'll realize you are in control. The food is not. It's not as tempting anymore. It doesn't have that power over you anymore. It is, all foods are equals. Play foods like brownies and sweets and chips have equal emotional power as a salad or chicken or something like that. So we need to make the food arena an even playing field. And we do that by overcoming our forbidden foods one at a time. So hopefully as you integrate these 3 tips, you'll find that you start to build back your trust with food. Food no longer feels like this thing that you have to be scared of. It's not the enemy. You don't feel so out of control anymore because you now know that you can trust your body. It's gonna tell you when you're hungry. It's gonna tell you when you're full. It's gonna allow you those fun foods. It's gonna tell you when you've had enough, maybe when you need something more refreshing, when you need something more hearty. Your body will start to give you this information and you'll trust your body and you won't need something outside of yourself like a diet to do that work for you. We hope you guys found this video helpful. We understand embarking on this diet-free journey can be scary, so make sure you get some support from friends or family that maybe will be on this journey with you. Read the Intuitive Eating book, look at the Intuitive Eating website, and reach out to others that are doing the same thing that you're doing. If you like this video, guys, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you like the knockout tank tops that I wear in the videos, make sure to check our online store. They're always for sale there, and we will see you in our next episode of Knockout TV.